Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Agencies continue to investigate the deadly crash on an Illinois highway. The tanker that overturned was carrying thousands of gallons of a toxic chemical. People flocked to the Stateline to step into history. The hundreds of reenactors and detailed displays that are providing World War II education. And a little pantry is making a big impact on the community. The milestone a local church is celebrating today. Good evening, I'm Taylor Castro. Thanks for joining us tonight. 2 men were killed in a crash in Ogle County this morning. According to the Ogle County Sheriff's Office, police received an Apple iPhone notification that sent them to Merrill Road and Holcomb Road. Investigators say a van traveling south on Merrill Road failed to stop at a stop sign, continued on and lost control, crashing into a creek embankment and coming to a rest a short distance later. The driver, 28-year-old Matthew Frank of Byron, and his passenger, 55-year-old James Collard of Rockford, were pronounced dead at the scene. The crash remains under investigation. We now know the name of the person who was killed in the DeKalb County crash Saturday morning. Around 2 a.m., an eastbound Ford truck failed to stop at a stop sign at the intersection of Waterman Road and Lee Road, striking a Nissan SUV. The rear seat passenger of the Nissan was ejected from the car and pronounced dead at the scene. He has been identified as Patrick Finley of Big Rock. The driver and another passenger of the Nissan, as well as the driver of the Ford, were taken to the hospital for treatment, then released. The crash is still under investigation. We also know the name of the man who was killed Saturday afternoon after a crash between a motorcycle and a John Deere tractor towing a grain cart. The northbound tractor on U.S. Highway 30 and Indian Road failed to yield for the westbound motorcycle. 58-year-old Alan Gembeck, who was driving the motorcycle, was pronounced dead at the scene. Crews with the National Transportation Safety Board are in downstate Teuopolis helping Illinois State Police investigate Friday's deadly semi-crash and ammonia spill. U.S. Route 40 from St. Francis Township closed from noon to 2 for the investigation. It had reopened this morning after shutting down for more than 24 hours while hazmat crews removed a remaining anhydrous ammonia from the crash site. 5 people were killed when a tanker overturned and spilled an estimated 4,000 gallons of the toxic chemical Friday evening. Tomorrow, Freeport leaders will be back to discuss a potential sales tax increase after last week's meeting came to an abrupt end. Aldermen have been talking about a 1% increase in taxes to fund road projects. Last Monday, there wasn't a quorum. Aldermen are expected to resume talks on the proposed tax hike at tomorrow night's meeting. Rockford holds a memorial walk in honor of children whose lives ended too soon. A walk to remember is for families who have lost children through miscarriage, stillbirth, and early infant or childhood death. It's also for the people who support these families. There are memorial bricks that are dedicated to the child's memory. The walk is about a mile long. Loss can be difficult to talk about, but there is a common love for these children.
It's a way to honor those children that didn't live. In our society, infant death is kind of a taboo subject and people don't talk about it, but families want to talk about it and they want to honor their children.
This is the 33rd year the walk has been held. A Rockford Fall tradition is back for its 27th year, turning a museum campus into a European village. Today is the second day of World War II days at Midway Village Museum. There was a full day of battles featuring about 1,000 reenactors and dozens of authentic military vehicles. Reenactment units represent 9 different countries, talking about their contribution to the war. Organizers say it's education in an immersive way that all ages can enjoy.
The turnout has been fantastic. The weather has been amazing. It's been really a driver for good turnout this year. We expect we could approach record numbers or surpass our record attendance. So, you know, you don't get 80 degrees and sunny very often at this time of year. We're very blessed for that.
The battles are complete with pyrotechnic displays. A Stateline church celebrates the anniversary of one of their community resources. This morning, Brook Road United Methodist Church held a reception marking 2 years of the Little Free Food Pantry. There was a social hour with refreshments. People also brought donations of non-perishable food items to add to the pantry. The idea for the pantry came from another popular resource.
A lot of people are very familiar with like little free book libraries, so this is a little bit of a play on that. However, like I said, it's a little free food pantry. So kind of that concept of libraries that it's, drop off a book or take a book, drop one off as you can spare one, take one as you need one. So we're going with non-perishable food items, and there tends to be a good variety of stuff in there.
You can make a monetary donation to the pantry online. We'll have a link to that on our website, mystateline.com. No one hit the jackpot for the Powerball last night, making the prize jump to over $1 billion. That makes it the fourth most valuable Powerball in history. It also marks 32 consecutive drawings without a winner. You'll have until 8 p.m. tomorrow night to buy a ticket for a chance to win. A government shutdown is averted for now. Coming up, the next steps after President Biden signs a bill for a 45-day extension.
Temperatures this afternoon just a handful of degrees below our record high for today, and we've got at least a couple more summer-like days before big changes come with that 7-day forecast to look at how cool it will get and for how long. Coming up in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Taylor Castro, Reagan Holgate, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
A government shutdown averted after Congress passes a 45-day stopgap funding measure ahead of the midnight deadline. President Biden signed the bill late Saturday night, but it only funds the government through mid-November. Here's Em Nguyen with what President Biden is urging, plus the measure some GOP House members are taking against Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
The last-minute stopgap spending bill was passed by the House and Senate, then signed by President Biden late Saturday night.
The government will not shut down, and a needless crisis will have been averted, saving millions of Americans needless pain.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy moving forward a bill that keeps the government funded through mid-November and adds $16 billion in disaster aid. Unable to unite his party, McCarthy had to rely on Democratic votes.
If you have members in your conference that won't let you vote for appropriation bills, doesn't want an omnibus, and won't vote for a stopgap measure, I don't want to be a part of that team. I want to be a part of a conservative group that wants to get things done.
Now a handful of far-right Republicans are threatening to oust him from his speakership as punishment for backing the bipartisan measure.
If at this time next week Kevin McCarthy is still Speaker of the House, it will be because the Democrats bailed him out and he can be their Speaker, not mine.
Colorado Senator Michael Bennet briefly delayed the vote in the Senate over concerns the bill did not include any new aid for Ukraine. Senate leaders issuing a statement committing to vote on Ukraine aid in the coming weeks.
Majorities in both parties support Ukraine aid, and doing more is vital for America's security and for democracy around the world.
I'm confident the Senate will pass further urgent assistance to Ukraine later this year.
The president now calling for an end to the brinksmanship.
There's no excuse for another crisis. Consequently, I strongly urge my Republican friends in Congress not to wait. Pass a year-long budget agreement. Honor the deal we made a few months ago.
This bill only funds the government for about 45 days, which means the country could be facing another possible government shutdown on November 17th.
That was Em Nguyen reporting. It may be October, but it sure feels like summer. It's been a beautiful weekend with temperatures in the 80s. Candace tells us when the reality of fall will set in. Her forecast is coming up next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
I'll tell you what, that summer-like heat continues for at least another day here. Well, actually, it's going to continue for the next couple of days as we've had temperatures make it into the mid-80s for the second day in a row. Lots of sunshine out there. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera out in Rochelle. Sunny skies as far as the eye can see, and that sunshine is something that will stay with us here over at least the next couple of days before we gradually begin to see clouds increase ahead of a couple of cold fronts that'll bring those temperatures down, unfortunately, by the end of the week. 85 our temperature in Rockford, St. same thing in Rochelle, 82 in DeKalb, 84 in Freeport, and you're sitting at 86 degrees right now in Savannah as we hold on to that south and southeasterly breeze. Our weather watcher Jim in Rockford, 85. Dew point temperature sits at 56, so a very comfortable afternoon. Not a lot of humidity out there. We talk temperatures here that'll be in the mid and upper 80s for at least the next 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, but some big changes unfortunately are on the horizon as a strong cold front comes in. This will bring our highs later this week into the upper 50s and lower 60s. So I guess enjoy these next couple of days while we can, although our temperatures will begin to moderate a little here by the time we get into next weekend. 86 was the high temperature yesterday. Same thing for today. Not quite record warmth. Notice we're still a handful plus degrees below that, but there were some 90s not that far away to the west and southwest both yesterday and today. Forecast high for Monday, Tuesday, 86 degrees both days, and again those record high temperatures in the low 90s. So not record heat, but something we don't typically feel this late in the season. On average, our last 85-degree day usually around the 22nd of September. The latest we've had an 85-degree temperature, the 22nd of October back in 1947. Last year, our last 85-degree temperature back on September 20th. So once the sun sets tonight, those temperatures will drop quickly again. We'll go from the 80s down into the 60s and then down into the upper 50s overnight. A beautiful and warm evening, mostly clear skies, and our winds will stay light tonight. Tomorrow, temperature back up to 86. We will warm quickly again for tomorrow afternoon, and we'll do it all over again on Tuesday. Although Tuesday we see a little more cloud cover ahead of that first cold front that is expected to come through during the afternoon on Wednesday. And that'll be our next chance for rainfall, although our skies are going to stay dry up until then. We'll maintain that southerly breeze, and notice as we head through the overnight tomorrow into Tuesday, we're back down into the 50s. Tuesday afternoon back into the 80s. Tuesday night won't be quite as cool. In fact, our temperatures will stay in the 60s because we've got cloud cover on the increase ahead of some showers and maybe an embedded thunderstorm or two that'll come in during the day on Wednesday. Temperatures on Wednesday still think will manage the 70s, but beyond that, those numbers will drop back. A couple of showers may linger early Thursday, but Thursday is looking to be a mostly dry day. Second cold front comes in on Friday, and this is where really that push of colder air comes in. And because of that colder air, we could have a few spotty showers going into the afternoon, and the wind is also going to pick up on Friday too. So it will feel dramatically different from what it feels right now. So the warmth that we have these next couple of days gets pushed off to the southeast as that cooler air settles in. But eventually we start to bring in some warmer air by the time we get into next weekend. So here's how it all plays out on that 7-day. Lots of sunshine again tomorrow, 86 on Tuesday, 79 on Wednesday. I think we do manage the low 70s on Thursday, but we've got some cloud cover that sticks around. Notice we're dropping those temperatures. 59 sticks out like a sore thumb on Saturday. Saturday night, we could have temperatures in the 30s.
Thanks, Candace. Reagan's in next with sports. It finally seemed like the Bears were going to get their first win of the season, but the Broncos had other plans. Those highlights are coming up.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
Coming into week 3, there were 4 winless teams in the NFL. The Bears and the Broncos were 2 of them, so this was the biggest game of the year, right? One of them had to finally get a win. Let's see who it was. We'll start in the second quarter. Bears down a score. Justin Fields takes a shot downfield. DJ Moore with an unbelievable grab. He somehow stays in bounds, and it's 7-7. The Bears led 28-7 at the half, but then comes the collapse. In the fourth now, Fields on the play fake gets strip sacked by Jonathan Cooper, and he scoops it up and he'll score. Have you ever seen anything more Bears-esque? That ties it at 28. Less than 3 to play now. Bears going for it on 4th and 1. Khalil Herbert gets stuffed up short of the first down. I mean, what are we doing here? Matt Eberflus going to have a lot of questions to answer after that call. The Broncos go down and kick a field goal. Fields with another final try, looking for Cole Kmet, but he gets picked off. Brutal ending on the day for Fields, but he still threw for 335 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Broncos scored 24 unanswered to win 31-28. The Bears are now 0-4. Here's what Eberflus had to say about that decision to call that play on 4th and short at the most crucial point in the game.
That we were running it, and it was a half a yard, so I felt very confident about getting that right there. And every situation is different. you got to look at the game in its entirety. And I think that the way we were running the football and the confidence that we had on offense in that moment, I would say that, we're going to do that right there.
And it's a quick turnaround for the Bears as they head to the nation's capital to take on the Commanders Thursday night in prime time. And this Bears organization is nothing short of a mess already this season, but now add drama with Chase Claypool into the mix. We didn't see him today because he was listed as a healthy scratch. And then shortly after that news came out, it was reported that the club is trying to trade the wide receiver. Claypool was not at the facility today as he was asked to stay home. Ryan Poles has been shopping around with teams he believes are in the market for a receiver, and he's asking for a 5th or 6th round pick in return. Well, we've reached the final day of the MLB regular season. A lot of us thought we'd be seeing the Cubs in the postseason, but their fate was sealed last night. As the Cubs headed to the plate, up 4 in the 8th inning against the Brewers, the Marlins beat the Pirates to knock the Cubs out of playoff contention. The Cubs looked like a playoff-bound team at the beginning of September when they swept the Giants and then closed in on the Brewers in the NL Central. But from there, the Cubs lost 14 of 16 games, free-falling out of the wild card field. And the biggest weekend of racing at the Rockford Speedway has been unfolding this weekend. The National Short Track Championships. Last night, the big race was the Jody Deary Super Late Model Showdown. Legendary racer Rich Bickle of Edgerton, Wisconsin, came out of retirement to race one last time at the Rockford Speedway in the number 45 Lena Brewery-sponsored car. Bickle was in the hunt on the final laps of this 147-lap feature race. He finished in 2nd place. The winner in the number 14 car was the guy who has dominated the National Short Track Championships the last few years, Austin Nason of Roscoe. Racers were back on the track this afternoon for a big 8 series feature. I'll bring you that action tonight at 9 and 10. That's sports. We'll be right back.
It's been an absolutely gorgeous weekend. I know I'm not ready for this cool down. I am not.
I'll agree. I mean, after these last couple of days and the next couple of days coming up, it'll be really nice. A little jealous of those who don't have to work over the weekend, especially when you got warm temperature. I know. It's hard to make it into work, but Monday, Tuesday also going to be very similar to today. Our clear skies in the first warn interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Tomorrow we'll see plenty of sunshine, back up to 86. A little more cloud cover on Tuesday, but we are dry. Clouds increase on Wednesday. We've got a chance for some rain showers, maybe an embedded thunderstorm. Drying out a little on Thursday, but you see kind of the snowball effect after a couple of cold fronts. Upper 50s potentially for highs on Saturday.
Thanks, Candace, and thank you for joining us.